frost footing. I got this one to do, and then one of them just a couple miles down the road. For my normal concrete guy that I dig these for. It's probably gonna be a little rocky. I haven't dug one quite a while for him with the way the weather's been, and I kind of got to where I thought, I mean, they're kind of boring and repetitive. It's really hard to make a frost footing video. And I basically show up to every job and do the same thing. I mean, the only thing that's different is the actual property. I'm actually going to put this here so I can just blade it over to that stuff. So I just figure, I mean, to me, I don't know, it may not even be interesting to anybody. I'm sure there's some people that watch me that they can maybe relate more to these, as maybe more along the lines of what they do or what they're kind of getting into. But, so that's, like I said, that's why I don't always film all of them, because it's like, I don't know, you kind of, you've seen one, you've seen them all, basically. One of them maybe a little more rockier than the other one. But at the same time, I'm pretty much caught up on my videos, so I'm not just trying to say that or an excuse to film boring stuff. I'm just, I don't know, I guess I just try to film it all, kind of what I get into and what I do from day to day. So these aren't as exciting as like tearing down a house or some of that other stuff, but it's work. So this guy, like I said, he's been awesome to work for. He gets everything painted out ready, texts me the address, and tells me to get them dug when I can. So I try to line up enough of them to make it a day, and then sometimes if he's really got one or two that week that he's really got to get done, I'll try to rush over there. But it's really nice. I can kind of work them in at my leisure. I'll try to make a video out of this one and the next one. Like I said, the next one, I haven't seen it. Most of the time I don't see these properties till I get there. Half the time for me, the biggest challenge is trying to get my truck and trailer into the job and get it turned around. I got a little more room here. They got stuff piled all over the place, and then they got a little bridge on their driveway I had to cross. It's like 5 inches wider than the truck on each side, so that's always kind of keeps it exciting. You can tell this is not going to make a nice clean ditch like Mr. Frank. Nothing but baseball-sized rock. Which is annoying for me. That's why they have me dig with the 12-inch bucket, because that's probably a 16 or 18-inch wide ditch. So I mean, at least it can save them a little bit of concrete. But the annoying part of it, I mean, it's just like, it feels like teaspoons. I mean, it's a huge difference from a 12-inch bucket to an 18. It feels like on this 12, like I just roll everything with me. You don't actually like get anywhere digging. So I kind of get annoyed with it. But I mean, I understand it. I know if I would have dug this with an 18, we would have had a 24-inch wide ditch, so it used a lot more concrete. So I guess it works out. I mean, I just charge them by the hour on these, because I don't really have like a hours, which I do a minimum of 3, but then other times I may be there 6 or 8 hours on one of them if I've got to move a bunch of stuff or if they're real big. So I guess if I dug it with a bigger bucket, I could dig it faster and get out of here, but then they'd pay more in concrete, so I might as well make a little more money. It takes a little longer. I'll get this cleaned out and I'll jump out and take a shot and see if I'm to the depth I need, and then I can kind of dig a little further and just eyeball it off that and just check it every so many feet as I go. I actually had an old friend I used to work with at the four-wheel drive shop. I ran into him, and he's actually the local sales rep now for, they call it like laser specialist. I think it's a laser company that they sell and recalibrate all sorts of lasers. So he's supposed to get me with the new receiver that will actually have a magnet that'll go on the stick of this machine. I have that other one that it takes that little stick, and I can't find the things to hold it. They don't make the charger for it anymore, so the new ones now, they're a lot more compact, and they actually have the magnets just in the side of the receiver, so it's a lot smaller, cleaner wood. It looks just about like the one that's on the stick itself. So I'm going to start, it's probably going to be a couple weeks before it shows up, but start trying to use that. Maybe I don't have to get out as much with the laser and shoot great. I mean, it doesn't take that long, but it does get a little old after a while. Actually, I just kind of luck out, or I guess I do. I mean, dig enough of these, I can kind of tell when it's usually about a 16, 18 inch deep trench. A lot of times it's a little deeper. That's on the rock. That's a bad part with these. If you need to take it down like 2 more inches, you hit a rock that's 6 inches around, so then all of a sudden you're deeper than you need to be. I'll have to go get the grading bucket when I get done. Talked to the guy where we were dumping the concrete and stuff at. And then, oh yeah, I don't know, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I bought a drop visor that's going to go on the Peterbilt, and I have them, had it vinyl wrapped, so just white, so it matches the truck, instead of leaving it chrome or having it painted. So they got that done, so I went and picked it up. Kind of excited to get that on there. I'm trying to spruce the truck up a little bit this year. We paid it off last December, so now it's time to put some fun stuff on it. It needs some more mechanical stuff, but like the fuel pump or fuel filter goes on there. It's got an O-ring or a little bit of a leak. Stuff's not as exciting as all the customizing. I want to put the visor on it, and I want to take the horns off the top of it, and then just get one of those that goes on the frame that you can't see, and then probably add some new clearance lights. I might change them over maybe to the ones that are like the little round, I don't even know what they call them, like little bullets or what the deal is. I don't know, I'll throw a picture up of what I'm thinking. I'll probably put 2 more on there, so I'll have a total of 7. think once I get that visor on, I'm not gonna like how those old square horns look on there. I don't know, I'm trying to have, you know, like a show dump truck. I gotta paint the bed when it warms up. That's gonna make a big difference on there. But I want to get the visor, like I said, the new clearance lights, and then get new stacks where I can actually put dual, you know, a stack on each side instead of just having that single one. I think it'll look better. It just makes me nervous because I love how that truck sounds, and I don't know. I wouldn't think it would sound worse with the stack on the driver's side. It may sound, I don't know if it sounds deeper. I don't know what the, you know, when you add another one, if it changes much or. That's my next thing. Get the top of the cab cleaned up, throw some other stacks on it. Probably go maybe like 7-inch diameter. I like to try black stacks instead of chrome. Everyone's got chrome, and I like chrome accents, but I'm not a huge chrome guy. Kind of gonna go with the black and white theme. But I can't decide on what I want to do on the top of them. I like the look of the ones that are just straight up, just cut off flat. But I don't know if that's a smart move on a dump truck, or if I should get some to cut off at an angle. There's too many options. I just drive myself nuts trying to figure out which one I want. But we'll keep digging on this. I'm sure everyone doesn't care to hear about what I want to do to the dump truck, and just keep digging on this. So pick it back up in a bit. Well, this will pretty much get that one. I'm gonna kind of clean that edge up and scratch that end of it down because it's not quite deep enough, but they want these like 22, 24 inches wide, and we actually go 4 inches. We go 24 inches down from the top of that footing, so basically it's like a foot in the ground, and then when they pour the footing, it'll still be the top of there, so it'll be like 2 feet of concrete. That one's 28 inches down, so we get our 30 inches of frost on there, but it'll still end up being the top of that concrete, and then that'll be the probably top of the rough grade or whatever's on top of that footing. But yeah, so now I just gotta clean that out, then I'll take the blade and blade that over and kind of clean that up. So I try to open up this edge right here, which that's not great, but the concrete guys like that. So because when they get all this formed up, they have 8 foot tall, 8 or 9 foot depending on how tall they want the basement to be, panels that they put on both sides, and they pour it, and then when they go to strip the panels off, that's the only room they have to work in, is wherever that wall's at in the back of there. So you know, you take a guy that's too big and then an 8 foot tall steel or aluminum panel and have to try to shimmy out there once the basement's done. Yeah, that's one way to make the concrete guys like you, is make sure that they got plenty of room to work, because they got to make, you know, however many trips halfway around this basement, and that'll be the only way in and out on that side. And then they'll do the same thing, which that side will be a lot easier to get in and out or whatever. But yeah, I mean, they can put the forms up when they're putting them up, you know, they can do all the outside ones and put the inside ones as they go, but when they take them down, that is their access point. So that is the one thing I've learned on a lot of these, is most people, they dig these holes out just big enough to get the house to fit. They may do a little bit of an over dig, but even like here, that's, you know, this stuff falls off, and that doesn't give those guys a lot of room for their clean rock and their drain. So it, you know, it'd be nice. I like to try to do, which I probably do too much, I do 4 or 5 feet of an over dig, and still I try to get this stuff far enough away, because normally they dig it and we get rain and then it just caves in, kind of like it's doing over there. But just like over there, I got to get pretty creative and back that excavator up the hill, because they always, like I said, they get them big enough for the house to fit in, but it seems like always these wing walls, they just get them dug out to where the wall will fit, but then they don't think about an excavator being, you know, 10-12 feet long from the blade to the tracks, not counting the boom, having to try to configure a spot where you can get in there and dig. So yeah, that's one thing. It's, you just kind of gotta, like I said, get a little creative with it. Okay, well, let's blade this stuff off and get it out of the way and get on to the next one. So like about an hour and a half is what I got in this one so far, maybe 10 or 15 minutes of moving that. So I mean, these are kind of nice. You can get your 3-hour minimum and actually be on to the next one before your 3 hours is even up. So that's one thing I do like about these, and especially the next one's, like I said, 5 or 6 miles just down this same road, so that's even handier. This is what I mean on these. Some of the excess isn't the best. I got the truck and trailer kind of squeezed. Luckily there's a road that goes through, but I've usually got to get out and like walk up to these places and see if I either need to back in or park 6 miles away or what. But we'll pick it back up when we get to the top of the hill or wherever we're going. Made it to the top. It's a little muddier up here, and they haven't poured this one yet, so they'll probably, I bet they'll probably get a pumper truck and do that, just set up there and do this whole thing. But it's very similar. I got one retaining wall or stem wing wall footing there. I got the frost footing that goes down. You probably can't see the paint. That's the corner, and then it goes over. So I don't dig myself in a corner. I'm gonna dig this run, and then I'll just flip around and dig from there, and just dig into that corner so it doesn't pull it off. And then I'll go back and do the wing wall footing. Dig on the line as close as I can, but the rocks help kind of kick the bucket over. There's a little bit of variance in it, but that's why when you dig it out, it's just a touch wider than what they actually starting at the top of the ditch and then, you know, working your way this way. The problem with this material is it's really kind of hard to scratch. You can see how I'm not putting down pressure, I'm just pulling it back. And it kind of just hits rocks and jumps there. I mean, you can dig it and do it like he does. The problem is with the 12-inch bucket, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can tell it just kind of more or less just pushes everything down here to the blade. There I'm just trying to dig it in layers. It doesn't really roll into the bucket, it just kind of goes in front of the bucket. Trying to get down there and flip it some. That's just digging with a 12-inch bucket. Most people that do this for a living and have to dig with a 12-inch bucket don't like it. I mean, a lot of times people want me to use this to dig like water lines and stuff with, but I still prefer the 18-inch bucket because it's just wide enough. It gives you a little bit of room. But you even got to get down there and put the pipe in there or work in that ditch. I think they always think it's less to clean up, but it's almost as easy because you can dig the ditch twice as fast with a little lighter bucket. Alright, well, we'll keep boring you in here. I'm going to get out and check grade and just carry on. That is a wrap on this one. So got the wing wall footing dug and the frost footing. So now we'll just pack the laser up and make our way back down to the truck. So I had around an hour and a half on this one, hour and 25 minutes, something like that. So basically I get my 3-hour minimum on both of these, which I get 110 an hour for this machine or the loader. So yeah, I think I did like almost 3 hours worth of work. Got paid for 6, so $660, but which doesn't sound too bad, except for the fact that you got to figure I had 3 hours worth of work, but I probably had closer to 4.5 hours in this ordeal with loading up the machine, the drive time, unloading, loading back up, and then driving back to the shop. So that's why you got to have those minimums. And I had to go look at some other jobs. This is all I'm going to work on. I'm going to head back to the shop and call it a day now. So not a whole lot of money I made for the day. And yeah, just to kind of give you an idea, I've already spent $750 this week just in fuel. So yeah, it goes out fast. So I mean, some of these days it's, at least I made something or whatever, I guess. But that's why you got to have, like I said, those minimums, because there's no way you can come out here and just charge, you know what, 150, 200 bucks or whatever like that to do something like this, especially when you're, you know, 30, 40 minutes from the shop. So you definitely got to get those minimums in and kind of keep track of all that. So you guys have a good weekend, and we will catch you on Monday.